Good morning, traders. Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to this week's trading view Asian session outlook. So the key one today has been the debt ceiling agreement. So there's been a agreement made between President Biden and House Speaker McCarthy. So this will be a key going forward today. I think a lot of attention will be on it. We do have some bank holidays today as well, including the US. They're observing Memorial Day. So there'll be more details coming out during the day around this. And it's good news. We didn't think there would be a default. So there'll be more details to come out throughout today around that. And around 2 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday to be exact. So just some of the details at the moment. We know at any time when you sit to negotiate within two parties that you've got to work on both sides of the aisle, McCarthy said. So it's not 100% for what everybody wants, but when you look, the country is going to be stronger. So they are saying that there's going to be some good details in it. And at the moment, we are seeing a pretty good reaction so far. So the dollar index is trading higher, the euro slightly lower. The Australian dollar is probably leading the risk currencies at the moment, and it's up 0.23% to the dollar, and it's also up 0.43% to the yen. All the the majors are trading higher to the yen at this stage in the morning. The Aussie's leading, and not too far behind is the dollar to the yen. We can see that nice move higher this morning, and we can see here the pound as well is having a decent morning as well so far. As expected, stock futures are starting to open, and we are seeing some higher moves. So we can see the US 30 here, it has gapped up, and we have a 0.32% gain at this stage. Now, as we have discussed, the Nasdaq has been the real leader at the moment. We can see that surge on Friday, and we can see that higher start to the week today. So the Nasdaq really is just charging at the moment, and we can see this decline here that was throughout 2022. We can see we're now 50% into that decline. So this rally is really starting to turn into something. And as we stated last week on the weekly wrap-up video, that the Nasdaq is definitely the real leader now at the moment in terms of the US indexes. The Russell is higher, but it really fail to hold some of those gains that we did see in other markets. So it had a nice run up, but failed to hold those gains. And we can just see Friday's session, but last week we had those two really strong key moves lower. So that's the 2,000 stocks. They're called the small caps. Obviously the US 30 tracks the 30, the S&P, the top 500, and then we have the 100 best tech stocks for the Nasdaq. So we can see very clearly at the moment that money is definitely moving into the tech stocks, and the SPX as well. It's doing well, but it is still lagging the Nasdaq at the moment. So it's a real positive so far this morning. We would like to see how this carries through. I suppose it will come down to this, a lot of the details when we start to see them come in, and how both parties sit with the agreement that has been made. Other indexes at this stage, so the ASX, we can see here, it's tracking quite nicely into the open. We'll just update that. So we can see a nice, bit of a gap higher and nice firm buying at this stage today. That resistance point is the real one we want to see a test of. Another market that has been, sort of tracking higher is the JPN 225, and we just have a look here with the week again and some real good positive influences coming out of the US. We can see a bit of a pullback at this stage in the morning, but we can see this how nice Friday session was, and we can see how quickly buyers pull back those losses that we saw last week. So it was a very nice pullback to trend continuation trade there on on Thursday, and we can just see Friday's rally just was that icing on the cake. So with the week again, and with things still continuing as they are, we do wonder if we are going to see this rally sort of continue for the JPN 225, and if we can see a bit more highs created during this week. Now, Currencies definitely be ones to watch. We are seeing a little bit of pushback at the moment. Some of the gains have just been taken off a little bit on the Aussie. Cryptocurrencies have been very strong so far today and over the weekend. So we can see Bitcoin here. We'll just swing back to the daily. You can see those nice 2 days of buying so far. This is definitely off the back of the debt ceiling agreement. It just puts some certainty back in. The dollar is going to be quite interesting to see how it goes today, what the reaction will be. At the moment, we can see a little bit of buying, but we are wondering if we are going to see a pullback sooner or later on the dollar with quite an so overall, quite a positive start so far to the week. Gold at the moment is continuing to trade low. We saw a little bit of a buy up on Friday's session, but the trend here still remains lower. We've had that nice lower high and that breakthrough support, and we'll continue to see if gold is going to continuous descent despite some of these new latest updates that's coming in influence wise. Now crypto, we'll just have a bit more of a touch on crypto. So we can see Bitcoin's 2.3% higher, Ethereum 3.29, very strong buying on Ethereum so far today. And some other the coins, Ripple's 1.27% higher. It's actually breaking above testing / breaking that resistance point here. And ADA is broken above its range here, so it's had a bit of a breakout on Sunday and it's following up today, and we're seeing that BNB as well is testing that range. So Ethereum, Bitcoin and a couple other coins are doing quite exceptionally well in the last few days, and we're going to wonder if this momentum is going to carry through today. We hope we don't see, buy the rumor, sell the fact. So as the details do come in with the debt ceiling agreement, we'll continue to see if this risk market momentum will carry forward. Now, some of the other things coming out this week, we have the key news starts to kick off from Wednesday, with US CB consumer confidence. We have Governor Lowe speaking from the RBA. Australian CPI is coming out, so looking for 6.4%. German prelim CPI looking for 0.2%, and Canadian GDP minus 0.1%. The JOLTS job openings on Thursday are looking for 9.41 million. That's the US job opening data. And staying with employment data, so this week it's the NFPs coming out this week as well. Thursday as well, we have an ADP non-farm employment change, 167k being expected. ISM manufacturing, and then we end with the employment data for the US, and it's average earnings, non-farm payrolls, and the unemployment rate. So we're looking for a slightly higher unemployment rate at 3.5 and 189 in the payrolls. So this also fits in with the Fed. So we heard the minutes last week, and they're still looking for a bit of data dependency at the moment. So that will fit in. We saw the PCE come in on Friday, so all of this data is playing a factor with the Fed and with the race decisions. So it will be interesting to see what kind of payrolls we do see, if we do see hotter data as we have seen previously, or if we do see data start to slow down, which should help the Fed if we are going to see a rate hold this month in June. So plenty coming out this week, but the debt ceiling is definitely something to keep an eye on today. It should be the main influence at this stage. So that's it for today's update. Thanks you very much for your time this morning. We hope you have a fantastic trading week, and until our next update, good trading. Thanks again, and bye for now.